Morning, folks. Forage Friday. This is Jeff Jackson, your local alfalfa and forage specialist with Cropland. So there's been a lot of questions, and there will be more, and different social media posts, people asking, what alfalfa should I buy, and who's got the best product out there? So let's start by saying every company out there has great alfalfa products. If they're a commercially available variety, they're a very good product in its own right. Just have to ask ourselves, what do I need, where am I located, and which variety do I select based off of those information pieces. So I like to start this way. So based on your location, what should I buy? First thing you need to take into consideration is fall dormancy. Fall dormancy is a factor that helps you decide when it's going to break dormancy, how fast it grows between cuttings, and when it's going to go to sleep in the fall. So it's very important to understand your location and which fall dormancy products fit the best in your application. Second thing would be winter hardiness. So you need a product that's going to withstand the winter, have some persistence, and come back for you next year. Now, I know it's not a silver bullet every time, and I'm going to throw some stuff out here at the 10,000 foot view, and everybody's going to have a yeah, but, or what if, and that's fine. But just understand, we're talking about the 10,000 foot view today, so wide market here. So fall dormancy, winter hardiness, disease tolerances. What disease pressure do you have in your area? And I'm not talking above ground disease, I'm talking at planting, in the ground, soil-borne diseases. There are things that some of us aren't aware about yet, and there are varieties that handle a lot of different disease pressures. So be aware of that. Aphanomyces root rot, race 1, 2, and the multi-race complex, anthracnose 5. So the multi-race and the anthracnose 5 are newer problems to worry about. So if you're questioning, please ask, am I in an area that this makes a difference, and what do we have to help with that? Insects. Insects is another big one that we kind of overlook. There are different insect pressures for different parts of the country. So based on your fall dormancy, your disease pressure, and your insect pressure, there are multiple varieties out there, whether it's aphids, nematodes, potato leaf hoppers, some of those kind of things we do have tolerances for. So again, ask those questions. Does the variety I'm looking at have that tolerance? The package type, which people look at that and go, man, what do you mean by package type? I'm talking about, do you do dry hay? Are you doing baleage, wrapped bales? Or are you doing haylage, or you're just going to chop everything? So might have a guy doing small square bales. Might have a guy doing big squares dry with an inoculant applicator on there. Might have a guy chopping. It all, to me, makes a little difference. I like to work this thing backwards and say, what does your end product need to look like? And let me help you decide from there. So we take those things into consideration as well. Because as we plant this stuff, you're stuck for a few years, so you got to make the right choice up front. Third thing would be traits. We have multiple traits available today in the industry. So if a guy has an organic need, by gosh, there are organic options out there. If you want to stay conventional and don't have any of the other pieces on it, we have great conventional products out there. Oh, and by the way, if it's organic or conventional, it's also a non-GMO. So for those of you that are looking there. Oh, and gluten-free as well. So we also have the Roundup Ready trait available. So if you need something that's glyphosate tolerant, we have options there for people. It is an option, not a mandatory piece. The new thing in the industry today is the reduced lignin Harv Extra trait. The Harv Extra trait is a genetically modified plant to produce less lignin, so we have higher fiber digestibility, and or we can extend our cutting window and let it stand there and gain some more tonnage and maintain quality longer. So great options out there for traits. Again, guys, right here's my key piece. Not all varieties are created equal. You need to be asking some of these questions. Find out, do I have these pressures in my area? What's the right fall dormancy? Which trait's going to fit me the best? Leave your options open, and please, the whole trait thing gets to be quite the discussion. We're going to do a multiple series on different traits and how we utilize those, or what the benefits are, because a lot of people see the word glyphosate or Roundup Ready and they're immediately shut down. If they see that Harv Extra has traits in it and they know it's going to cost a little bit more, they're immediately shut down. We have tremendous success stories with every single element of what's across that board. So I want to give you the opportunity to hear some of the benefits, maybe even some of the pitfalls. So again, Jeff Jackson here. I want you to know that when you're going to go buy an alfalfa variety, don't just simply say, what's the best? or who has the best, or what's the cheapest, because that's probably not the set of questions you need to ask. So, again, hopefully this helps you out. Jeff Jackson, your Forage and Alfalfa specialist from Cropland here. Have a great Friday. Thank you.